Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, joining you not from the Brentford Stadium but from my car, because we got kicked out of Brentford Stadium pretty quickly after the game today and I didn't have time to do my usual stuff, so apologies for that. But I just wanted to come on and I felt like I needed to say something today, put a video up today after what was a very, very good win for Arsenal. I'm sure you are still buzzing whatever time you are watching this video. Arsenal back at the top of the table, 3 goals, clean sheet. Player comes on to set the record for the youngest ever Arsenal player, youngest ever Premier League player. It's just pretty much been a perfect day for Arsenal, hasn't it? That was such a comfortable win, I think is the right word to say to describe that. It was controlled, comfortable, like I said, professional, just the sort of win that you don't really think of when it comes to Arsenal. You haven't really thought of for a while when it comes to Arsenal, and that really does say a little bit about where this team's going at the moment. There is just something different about them. Obviously, they lost the last game at Man United, and there was a lot of, certainly for me anyway, I went there wanting to see some sort of response from them. Not that I thought they played badly at Old Trafford, because I didn't. I thought they played very, very well. But I wondered what sort of response we were going to see. They had played in the Europa League, that win in Zurich, since that game at Old Trafford, but this was the first Premier League game, and I just wanted to see if there was any sort of impact mentally from that defeat at Trafford, but it was absolutely wasn't. And the fact that they did this as well with quite a few players injured speaks volumes, I think, for the mentality that they have now. And Xhaka spoke about it after the game. He can feel it, and I think we can see it now with this Arsenal team. And you know, look, Brentford are no mugs, make no mistake about it. I didn't think Brentford were good today by any means, but I think that was more the case that Arsenal didn't allow them to be good. They didn't let them get into their usual sort of game, and whenever they tried to, and they did try, you know, they won a fair few set pieces, they chucked a few long throws in, which we saw last season at Brentford, Arsenal couldn't deal with, but they dealt with it so well today. The 2 centre-backs, Saliba, Gabriel, really, really good. Ben White, I thought, was exceptional as well. And just at all areas of the pitch, Arsenal dominated that game. They didn't give Brentford a sniff. I think Aaron Ramsdale only had to make 1 save in the second half, and that was it. You know, I think we've seen Arsenal too many times kind of throw away a game that they've been dominating and let a team off the hook, let them back into the game, but they didn't today. It was just a really professional performance. Mikel Arteta was delighted afterwards. He talked about how pleased he was and proud he was of the way he played, the way the team played, and understandably so. And you know, this back at the top of the table, 6 wins from 7 in the Premier League now, and it's difficult not to get too excited. And I don't want to, because you don't want to get too excited, because there's still a long way to go. But it just does feel like there's something a little bit different about this Arsenal team. I think the one thing that you can say against that, in terms of a little bit of a concern, is maybe the squad is too small, was a little bit slight. The fact that today they had to throw on a 15-year-old, for example, and they didn't have to throw him on. Mikel Arteta wanted to put him on, but you know, the fact there was a 15-year-old on the bench, a 17-year-old on the bench, Matt Smith as well, kind of shows that maybe the squad is a little bit light. And when they do have some injuries like they've got at the moment, no Odegaard, no Smith Rowe, you know, a few others injured as well, that they have to turn to these youngsters to make up the numbers on the bench. Maybe that is a concern going forward for the season. But in terms of the actual senior players they have now and the way they're playing, the performances they're putting in away from home as well, it's just really, really positive. And I thought today was a fantastic performance. There was loads of good. I mean, Xhaka was exceptional. I thought Thomas Partey being back in the side brought so much control to the midfield. Saliba just absolutely outstanding. Saliba as well has been carrying an injury and not really been able to train that much recently. And to go in and put in a performance like that just shows how impressive he is. Gabriel Jesus, fantastic again. There was just so many good performances today. It was just a really comfortable, dominant Premier League display. And, you know, it's been a good feeling leaving that stadium today, I have to say. And I spoke to a couple of Arsenal fans outside as well as I was walking home, and you could just get the impression speaking to them just how happy they are with what they're seeing from their side at the moment. And long may that continue, because obviously we are only 7 games into the season. There is a long way to go at the moment, but it's just a very good feeling to be an Arsenal fan right now. And it's been a little bit of a while since we've had to say that. A big day, obviously, for the 15-year-old Ethan Nwaneri. I'm just looking down here. He did get one, looking at my Opta stats, which I've got open on my piece on my laptop next to me. And Nwaneri, he got 1 touch of the ball after coming on, and I think that was a sort of tackle that he made. But obviously a big moment for him, record-breaking moment, becoming the youngest ever Arsenal player, 15 years, 181 days old, 25 years younger than me. Honestly, how old does that make me feel? The youngest ever Arsenal player, youngest ever Premier League player, just a record-breaking day for him. Mikel Arteta, obviously talking about him in a press conference afterwards, was asked, well, why did you do it? Why did you put it on a 15-year-old? And he's just said he had a gut feeling. He's seen him a couple of times in training. He's had glowing reports from Per Mertesacker, from Edu as well. And he just said he got a gut feeling when he saw him, when he spoke to him, that he felt that he deserved this opportunity. And he came on and, like I said, only got one touch. He's only there for a few minutes, but what a huge moment for him. And a very exciting young talent. Another one coming through from Hale End. He's always played in age groups well above his age. I mean, he doesn't look 15 when you look at him. He didn't look out of place on that pitch in a Premier League match, sort of stature-wise and physicality-wise. And just a huge moment for him, and another great moment for Arsenal. And long may that continue. The Hale End conveyor belt continues at pace. Okay, player ratings time. Like you're gonna get a lot of good ratings. So apologies, because I'm gonna have to keep looking to my left at the moment, because I've got my laptop open and just looking at some of the stats. But we'll start with Van Ramsdale. I mean, he had barely anything to do. He made one really good save where he came off his line quickly in the second half and smothered the ball at one of the Brentford players' feet. So and other than that, though, it's just a really comfortable afternoon's work for Aaron Ramsdale. Did not have much to do at all. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Right back, Ben White, I thought was exceptional. Thought he played really, really well at the back post as well from the set pieces. I thought he did really well. Just another performance which makes a mockery of the fact that he's not in the England squad. So I'm going to give Ben White an 8. William Saliba, brilliant. Got the ball rolling with that opening goal. Fantastic header, and was just brilliant throughout. Just such a good performance from him. What a player he is. 21 years old. Frightening. Absolutely frightening. He gets 9 out of 10. Gabriel, I thought, played really well as well next to him. Probably give him an 8 out of 10. Saliba gets an extra mark because of the goal, obviously. But Gabriel and him formed a fantastic centre-back partnership. Absolutely snuffed Ivan Toney out of the game. Didn't get a kick in that one, Ivan Toney. I don't think he'll be taking a Twitter anytime soon like he did last time. And I love the away fans chanting at him as well. Ivan Toney, a stroll in the park. So Gabriel gets 8 out of 10. Kieran Tierney, his best performance since he's come back this season. Looked fitter and stronger than he has done at any time so far I've seen him this season. Kieran Tierney got up and down the left flank really, really well. Give him a 8 out of 10. Midfield, Thomas Partey, great to have him back in the side. Tidy, composed. I think he had more touches, more passes than anyone else. Just brings a lot to that midfield that the team just doesn't have when he's not in it. So he gets, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Nothing spectacular from Partey, but just did his job really, really well. Give him a 7. Granit Xhaka, for me, this was really close between him and Saliba, and who's got man of the match. Saliba did score a goal, but even so, I'm giving it to Granit Xhaka. I thought Xhaka was just outstanding in all areas. Defensively, in the final third as well, got the assist for Jesus' goal. Really unlucky not to get a couple of other assists. Certainly one for that move in the second half where Jesus had a shot saved. The Granit Xhaka, he gets 9 out of 10, same as Saliba, but I'm going to give Xhaka my man of the match. Fabio Vieira in the team, first Premier League start. I think we were all worried when we found out Martin Odegaard wasn't playing at the start of the game. But what were we worried about? Vieira came on neat and tidy, barely put a foot wrong, kept things running smoothly in that midfield, passed it well, and then what a goal that was from Vieira to make it 3-0 with that left foot strike from about 25 yards. So he gets 8 out of 10. Then the front three, Saka, 2 more assists. That's 4 for him this season. I think only Kevin De Bruyne has got more assists than Saka this season in the Premier League. And that's saying something when you think that, I still don't think Saka's anywhere near his top level yet. But he's still got 4 assists and 1 goal this season in 7 games. Give Saka a 7. Martinelli, I'll give a 7 as well. Not really Martinelli's best game, but still just the work ethic that boy puts in, even if he's not having too much luck in terms of the final third, just does not stop running. He gets a 7 out of 10. And then Gabriel Jesus, brilliant, fantastic header, power he generated from that cross from Xhaka to make it 2-0. Really, really good. Unlucky not to score more in the second half. David Raya making a couple of good saves from him, but really good from Jesus again. I'm going to give him an 8. A whole host of subs came on, including Nwaneri at the end there, but I think Nketiah came on. Usual good shift from him, late cameo. There's a few others, I can't even remember who exactly it was who came on now, but yeah, none of them did anything to get deserve a massive mark or anything, so I'm not going to give any of the subs a mark. And Arteta, just a good day for him as well. Everything he did worked out well. Good team selection, brought in Vieira, that was seamless. And yeah, good day for Arteta as well. Not that I'm going to give him a mark. So there you go, Granit Xhaka, my man of the match for Arsenal today, closely followed by Saliba. But great performances all round and a great day all round. So there you go. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Apologies if you had to watch this from my car. But like I said, I had loads of work to do after the game in the press conference and everything else. And just ran out of time to do a video before we got booted out of the stadium by the Brentford security. So have a good day, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll speak to you soon.